torque, change some oil seals today. Spray 90 greaser, my favorite. We want to take these two hoses off, get them out of your way. Just undo the hose clamps, pull them right off. Then we'll come down here, pull these two off. Just get this out of the way so it's a little bit easier to work. Right here, just tie these up just to get them out of your way. I'm going to take this off too just to get it out of the way. So we got to drain the oil just down below the bell housing here so that when we pull it apart we don't have a major spill. After draining the oil, we can go ahead and remove the motor mounts, come back, take away the bell housing bolts, just pull them on out. We're hanging the motor here just to take the weight off the front end of it. Now we're going to come in and pull these motor mounts out. Now that the motor mount bolts are out, it'll allow us to slide the motor back once we undo the bell housing. These four nuts here hold the whole pinion shaft assembly into the sail drive. Alright, now we'll pull the bell housing bolts and come over to the pinion shaft assembly nuts and pull them off. Cut any wire ties so that we can slide the motor back freely. We're going to separate the sail drive from the motor. Here we just kind of wiggle it around, rock it around, anything we got to do to get her to come apart and slide forward. Here I'm trying to push the pinion shaft assembly out. Requires a little pulling by hand, just kind of tug it, pull it, and she's out. This is it. Now that it's out, we're going to clean it up, clean the bell housing up, and then we'll go to the vise. So, here it is. Pull this Allen bolt out. Comes apart. So this is the leaky seal. This is where the problem's coming from, this seal right here. This is the seal's mating surface, so it's a little dirty. We'll clean it up with an emery cloth and see how she looks. Make sure there's no grooves. Taking it apart one step further just so I can get to the seal to pop it out. Here it is again, bad seal, cause of all the problems. These here are just shims, gotta make sure we put them back on. You wanna inspect your bearings, make sure everything's good, give it a good clean up before we put it back together. Here I'm just popping the seal out, getting rid of that old dirty seal. This O-ring here too, we got to change that when we do this job as well. I'll include part number in the description of the video. Guys, I'm just going to give you a quick view here of the schematic for this job. All the part numbers are on here as well. I'll throw in a still shot of these pages in the description of the video as well. Here I'm just going to start pressing the new seal in, using the vise as my press. Now it's in there flush, looking good. Once again, don't forget to change this O-ring out if you're doing this job. New O-ring on, seated nicely. There's another O-ring on here, different part number, different size. I'll include that in the description as well. Want to pop the old one off and then just pop a new one on. Just kind of roll it down onto it without stretching it. All right, all parts are changed. Now it's time to start putting it back together. Here I put it in the vise so I can tighten these up a little more. Here we'll just take the pinion shaft, drop it in, put the Allen bolt in, tighten it up. And we'll move to the vise and tighten it up a little more. All done, back to the boat. I'm gonna just slide it in, get her in the hole. You'll feel it kind of click in and set into place. Get some marine grease on your splines. This work will make you bleed every once in a while. Now we're just going to pull it back slowly, wiggle it around, try and line up the splines and get her to come together. Sometimes it takes a little moving back and forth, a couple attempts. Don't get frustrated, you'll get it. And she came together. Tighten up your bell housing bolts, tighten up your motor mounts. I failed to record the process, but we tightened up the 4 pinion shaft assembly nuts. Just giving it a quick once over, checking, making sure I'm all together. All back, ready to go. Back together, finished, no oil leaks yet, good to go. I hope it was a helpful video, guys. Please like and subscribe.